You're listening to Sunday Special, the Gospel Show, 87.7 FM. I have Alice Mark in the studio. Alice is the sister of Misha Paris, and she recently launched her very first gospel CD. She lived in Hollywood. How did you end up in the States then, and Hollywood and all of that?
I had a very good management at the time, and they got me to work with people like Rhett Lawrence, Lamont Dozier, Gene Page. I mean, I could go on to name a few. Yeah, so in that sense, I was right in the heart of Universal Studios in Hollywood. Yeah, plus they were looking for the British Whitney at the time. Wow. When Whitney came out in the 80s, mid-80s, you know, the record companies, every record company was just like looking for, you know. I reckon that the doors open basically timing for most of us at that time because of Whitney. Because of a huge success.
Hey, before we have a commercial break, how about another one of your tracks? Sabrina's pointing 444. Why do you want 4, Sabrina?
I heard it last night on YouTube. I thought it was really moving, really inspirational, so I want to share it with the listeners.
Avenues FM.
Your greatest dreams have been realized, and there's nothing that you believe
Avenues FM
really need. You found your place in society. You found the wealth you worked so hard to attain. Have you ever really stopped to think about the air that you breathe? Have you ever stopped to notice the beauty of the sunrise? Have you ever stopped to wonder who gave you a family? Or who is it that keeps you alive every day? Yeah. There is no greater love than the love that makes a man give his life away for the life of another man, until you found this love and the joy that it brings. Then the joy that you think you know will fade away.
Welcome back. You're listening to Sunday Special, the Gospel Show on Avenues 87.7 FM. Still have Alice Mark in the studio. Alice is the sister of Misha Paris, and she recently launched her very first gospel CD. She lived in Hollywood, and we want to backtrack back to Hollywood.
Well, the first time I went there, I was staying in a hotel. The very first time they sent me down to do work with Gene Page, and this a company that does production like for a lot of the stars out there working. And I remember I was in the foyer at the hotel at the Four Seasons, and Little Richard came in. Do you remember Little Richard? He's like more of a rock from the
Now, why does that name ring?
So anyway, yeah, and he just came in, and I was talking to the desk, and he goes, "Hello, ma'am," and he started and I was like, "Excuse me," you know. And he invited me to the Muhammad Ali's 50th birthday. And I went down there, and Whitney Houston was doing the night, and a lot of, you know, major artists was down there.
That's before your time, Sabrina. But have you heard of these names at all?
I've heard of Jodeci.
Yeah. Well, at the time, you know, I was a bit of a novice, and I was just like, wow. And they used to have a a restaurant there called the Ivy. They've got one
Oh,
here
right.
now.
Yeah.
And I was in the Ivy once, and I remember being in there, seeing Sharon Stone and all these actors and actresses.
Did they talk to you?
Yeah, and the thing about Beverly Hills is that they just speak to you. Everyone's nice and friendly.
Are you the only English rose, should we say, amongst
No, I
them?
wasn't, obviously, but at the scene at the time, yes, I was British, and they were just like, I didn't know they have people like you living in England, London. You're from London, England, near the Queen's Palace.
They always
see the Queen.
Bless them.
Cup of tea. That's the first thing that they say. But
Nothing changes then.
You see so much stars there just walking on Beverly Hills, you know, and it's a bit, like everyone's
it's a community, isn't it?
Yeah, but everyone wants to look nice. Everyone's got like so much plastic surgery in that town.
Oh my God! How didn't you get swayed?
Well,
a nose job, a lip job, an eye job.
No, I didn't see. I wasn't like that.
You're obviously happy with yourself.
Yeah, and I was very skinny then. I just wanted to put on weight at that time.
Sunday special, the Gospel Show on Avenues 87.7 FM. Back to you, really. So, Sabrina, sorry I hijacked your question.
Whilst mingling with the stars in Hollywood, is there anything that you would have liked to have done differently, or anything you wish you might have said or done whilst you were in that kind of industry?
I think that things that I did at the time, I was enjoying, like working and just being busy. And obviously I travelled a lot on the plane, and I wasn't very good at that. Because
you don't like heights?
I don't know. I just didn't understand how the plane stayed in the air. You're so young. I remember my grandmother took me. She was the first person to take me on a long flight.
Where did she take you?
She took us to Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
It was about 16 or 17, yeah. And it's the first time going to the Caribbean, but being born in this country. And she was like, sit down and behave yourself. She was like, quiet yourself.
She didn't comfort you then in any way, shape or form. That was a comforting.
No, like she was, and then she came with the soft talk. You know how they start. Then she's like, it's all right. You don't have to worry. It's going to be fine. We're going to be. And then when the plane was going to land in Kingston, you could see the water.
Yeah.
It's right by the.
You think it's going to go in the water?
Yeah. It was like, oh, and she was like, it's all right. I said, we're going in the water.
You're funny.
Yeah, but I grew out of all of those things. But moving on from 16 to my 20s and travelling a lot with my management and that, I used to hold on to him. It was quite funny.
A lot of people can relate to that first time they travel. Clap onto the next stranger next to you on the plane.
Scary.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
but they took me in the cockpit eventually, the record company, and then
Meet the
explained to
captain
me how it stays in the air. And I think once you do that, it kind of, I didn't have a phobia.
No.
I was always excited about flying, and especially takeoff. I love takeoff.
Do you travel as much now?
Well, I do, but mainly not as much as I did before. But obviously I've got the EP now, and I'm getting a lot of invites coming in.
God's boundless love will set you free. His gift of everlasting life is yours to claim. Open your heart today and confess His name, for there will be no hiding place, no, not that He is no greater love.
Sunday special, The Gospel Show on Avenues 87.7 FM.